You're good at whatever you do, and whatever it is, and whoever you are. It seems like your downfall suited them better. But now you're a triple threat. You're a triple threat. You're good. You're good. Let's tap in. Ancestors from the sun, ancestors from the sun, ancestors from the moon. I call on you into this energy as above, so below. I call on you from the energies from the frequency, the highest frequency above here. Our guardian angels from below, from earth, I call on you as well. Let us hear, let us feel, and let us see what it is that we have here under the moon. You've denied someone, an individual, or some people here. Let's see. It says the Codex of the Tongues. There's someone you've cussed out. But there's someone's cussing you out here. There's a curse from the tongue. Occult energy here. I feel like this is someone in their occult mindset here as well. They're thirsty for your energy. You're someone who's very intelligent, a wise one. And you've been doing the damn thing here. And I don't think they've been very happy about that. The Codex of the Tongue. Disguise of the Monument. There's someone in disguise here. They've been disguising their energy. They've been literally feeling like you're winning. You're broadcasting. You're entertaining something here. You're also someone who's very idealistic, very victorious in their stance. This is someone who's very intelligent in what you do. It looks like you're making major moves here as well here. The Dark Lanternian here. I told you there's dark energy that's been hovering over you, cajoning your thoughts. These individual here is very spectacle. They feel like you're someone who's very bright. Your light is shining very bright here through the cage. Through the cage of the dark hours here. And this is a triple threat for them. They're pissed off. You're flying above here. We have here the shepherd's sling here. It looks like you're slinging things out of your way. You've been slinging and you've been slaying things. And they've been pissed off. It seems like whatever you've been doing, you have been directing some form of major frequency, some form of major energy here towards your highest good. And they've been disgusted about that. I feel like these people, they didn't think that you would make it. You've been communicating very well. Whatever you've been doing very well at it. It's something you've been trying to master here. Whoever this is as well here, I feel like you were someone in their life who directed them in some form of right way, and there's a lot of people or someone here who's been getting very upset about that. I feel like you've been changing people's mindsets. You've changed someone's mindset here, and there's some form of tensity here and in this dark energy that's speaking. We have the Whispers Tome of Hex. Yeah, these people put a hex on you. They've been reading. I feel like you've went in a direction where they didn't expect you to. I feel like you've known these people were like whispering horrible things about you, and it seems like you've been showing the opposite of that. It looks like you've been flying above that confrontations. Whoever these people is, it looks like they try to codex you in some form of bad coding, bad eulogy energy here. They definitely wanted you to feel unwanted. There's also a form of energy that it's like you're high. Now can I allow me to introduce myself? It looks, worthliness. It looks like you're now allowing yourself to reintroduce yourself here. You're a new person here. These people didn't expect this. It's like some form of, they required you to take a step back, or they required you to not really, I think they required you to indulge into the bullshit here. Without disregarding your feelings. There's some form of revealing you in the forefront here. And it looks like you have that major power where you're like introducing people to the truth. You're introducing the revealness of people consciousness, subconsciousness here. Like you're opening up people's hearts, you're opening up people's minds here. Like you're someone who always give a helping hand. And I think these people really see that in you, but it was like they tried to backhand you and play you out like you didn't have it all. Like you don't know what you're saying here. Especially with this Codex of Tongues and this skeleton key here. They wanted they wanted you to be bare here. They wanted you to be behind. Like they wanted to sink in your energy here. And I feel like maybe you gave out a lot of energy where you showed a lot of caring. You showed a lot of vibration here. But you're someone who's very victorious here. Mm-hmm. This is the Share McCann of the granite. Yeah, with this hand grenade. You're someone who comes in and will blow some shit up with the truth. You brighten people up. You bring them to some form of recognizing what's really logic and what's really reasonable here. Mm-hmm. And we have Explorer. So you've been preparing yourself. Because it feels like you know exactly who these people are. It feels like you know exactly that these people was going to eventually come for you here. That they talk major bullshit. But this is definitely a plot of a true curse that they tried to speak into existence. But it looks like you're moving to defeating these omens and these curses here with this Explorer card. Yeah. It feels like they tried to send out some form of spell and it was delayed and terminated. These are people that tried to really bomb you in any form of way here. I feel like also in the past, maybe you have went through some energy where people tried to attack your home here. There, we have the merchant. We have the merchant here. They tried to take you out. You know, they're trying to come in and really wrap you around this curse. Sorry about that, y'all. You might hear somebody in the background. My window is up. There's been a lot of arguments tonight. This is what made me jump in here. I want to take the time to thank you for being here. Thank you for your time, your energy. I value you, the divine value you here. Make sure you take time out to subscribe, you like, and share, because this will resonate once it meet up with you here. There was some form of items as well that you used to give away or you gave away here. Where I felt like there was some, they discarded them items. And it was items that came really where you chose from the heart here. We have the morning line here. Yeah. You've mourned of this. You excessively planned a move to get up out of this energy here, to get away from these people here. These people were like on your line here. I feel like maybe these people, some of you guys, maybe they've been playing on your phone. I feel like you went around and around with these individuals here. Like you have your eggs in one basket before they were scattered. Before they were scattered here. Mm-hmm. Thank you, Spirit. Let's get a little more. Oh, it's bouncing out here. Let's see what we have. And ignite your soul here. These are mysteries of your life. It looks like your mind has been opened because of this here. I mean, you're someone who just embrace wisdom. You embrace the good times. You're happy. You're a happy person here. You don't just go along to get along, but you're very honest. And we have real promise. Yeah, you promise. Your promises is kept. Whatever you say out your mouth, you mean it. And you flow in that promise. It looks like you have worked on yourself. You have released some things from your past. And it looks like you're dancing in a flow of a rhythm of possibilities, and they're mad at that. Like you're embracing every experience that comes your way. We have here staying in the flow. What can I tell you? You're someone who's been remaining open. You've been just holding your breath and just going with the flow. Not fighting, but surrendering your life here to lifelong lessons. In a natural state, naturally unfolding. Fresh ideas. Yeah, you're fresh, you're vibrant, you're new now. You're not that same person who these people thought you were or tried to portray upon you here. My right hand is itching, and it looks like, and that represents that things are finished here. So you've been finished with these people for a while. And it looks like you have barked upon some spark of creativity and some major solutions, enriching your power into your journey here. And you've been soaking it in. You've been really letting the air just breeze on your face here. Reminiscent of good times, but you're now in new times. This is why your energy have tripled. A growth of potential, yeah. These people, that's the jealousy that they see. They see you as someone in growth. Someone who's in growth, in their potential of growth. Embracing the new life of change here and just going with it. You haven't been fighting it. And they see the great white potential that's in you here. And they're seeing you and they're watching you flourish. Yeah, this is something that I don't feel like these people think that they can do. You're very special here. You're someone who's very special. You have a beautiful spirit here. I'm feeling you. Adapt and thrive. What can I tell you? Yeah, you have this lucky strike of flow that you can adapt and thrive through anything. You're able to make it. You're able to see the good things in life. You're able to speak life into the existence. And you grab it. And you take the opportunity. And you work in it. And you see the outcome out of it. Sometimes it works for you and sometimes it don't. But you're able to say that you have seen it. You tried it. You stayed there and tried to be flexible in it. But it also revealed something that was in you here. And sometimes you're able to stick with it and sometimes you're able to move on. But that's the beauty of life. You answer. You answer to your journey. You embrace these shifts here. You thrive in a time of happiness. and you soar. You're very supportive too. And these individuals, they notice divinely guided. You are someone who is divinely guided and who trusts in the wisdom of life. And your divine mother and your guardian angels here. You know the reaping of sowing here. And you're open and you're very powerful. You're very powerful. You receive some form of guidance from the universe. I just heard. Through life mysteries, you're someone who just, you solar around the seasons. You don't make excuses for anything that jumps in your way here. And you move off of your instincts. You don't let things delay you in a way where it takes another course and you're not able to plan very wisely. You know the game. You know the move. You know. You know how to cultivate successfully. You're someone who's successful. Through the plotting, you have had people, a lot of people who plotted on your energy. But your foresight revealed their pathway here. You're magical and you're very powerful. And you're standing in some form of miraculous success. Through all this, you're someone who learns how to cultivate through it all. A very much high explorer. This is you. You explore through things. And this is why people tries to put curses upon you. Behind the veil. Listen, you're all knowing, all seeing here. You're able to tap in behind the veil. You're able to show the light in people's dark alleys. And the things that they think that's truth. You're pulling shit out of them. They're in regret. They're nervous when you are around here. You intimidate people when you show up. Because you are all-knowing, all-seeing here. You're someone who also welcomes the walk-in of the uncertainty realm. Like this is your realm of opportunities here. Like you take them opportunities and you gravitate to them and you flip them around and you move them to some form of currency, of growth, of being okay, and just knowing how to make it. You can stare in someone's eyes and see their soul here. Yes, they're hidden keys. You're able to unpuzzle their life within a second here, within a beat. And this is why people are very intimidated by you. You reveal their highest picture within their life here, and they don't know how to take that. Like you give them bits and pieces of pieces, and they know that you move in a form of manifestation in a new higher realm. They know you hold this higher realm of each direction here, each format here, each frequency, each energy that speaks of the highest tone. Like you're very aligned with the universe, and the universe allows you to tap into the highest attentions of your desires. You're someone who envisions this. And this is how you move through change. Very powerful, very powerful. Very, very. Yeah, you resurrect others. This is you bringing people to their resurrection, to their Christ being, to their Christ-like. From darkness to light here. You tell people the truth, unfiltered, but in a mannerable way. And you don't discuss, if people come, I feel like people come across you with a lot of stories, and you don't discuss that with others. Them stories is very sacred to you here. From the ashes to dawn here, from the ashes even more powerful here. People come into your life and you're able to shake them off. It's like I'm seeing someone come into your space and they're shaking off their past. You're shaking them off here. And then rising up and leaving out. So you may be a counselor, you may be some form of I heard director. Mentor, counselor, how do I say that? Counsel. But you resurrect people's lives to an even more powerful state here. There's flame of courage. I'm telling you. People come at you with flaming fire coming out their mouth. They don't know which way to go. They don't know how to take life. They don't even know if they want to keep completing on with life here. But there's a flame of courage that comes from you here that lights up their pathway to a much bravery sense of a mist of their shadows. It brings them out. It makes them be more encouraged in order to keep going here in their shadows of fear. Yeah, you encourage them. The seed of potential. And that's what it is. They see you as potential. They see you as a growth. They see you as the soil. They see you as the nature of seal here. With care and gentleness and promise and abilities and potential. And light. You're someone who's very reliable. And you're sprouting. You're sprouting. You're sprouting with promise. You're sprouting with resurrection here. You're sprouting with real truth. We have releasing burdens. Yeah. There's been clarity that's been pouring out of you into others. You've been serving others and allowing them to feel more safer with you. To feel like they are not alone here. And they are no longer just being put down or being put out here or disregarded here. But they also, they come from you feeling like there is a chance in life. There is another pathway that they can take here. There is another choice in the day here. And that they can rise. Each morning that they rise, they see a new light here. Divine timing. So you've been being patient. You've been moving off of divine timing here. Things have been taking you far. You've been manifesting fully in the light and fully in your life here. It looks like you have fully surrendered. Yeah, you're standing strong. You're standing mighty. You're standing bright. You're standing like a soldier here. A builder. Mm-hmm. It looks like you went in a shield mode of shielding your strength and balling it all up in one. Into preservance. Into preserving it for you and guarding your own territory, your own perseverance here. And what matters most. I see why they're mad. I definitely see why they're jealous. And very broken. They're very broken because you've defeated life. You defeated being broke here. You defeated being repeatedly used, repeatedly old trend here. Like, it looks like the courts is definitely in your favor here. The ball is in your court. We have the fantasy land. Listen. Yes, this is the universe making sure that your fantasies will evolve and involve in a realistic way here. And that you and the universe will work on the same page. I feel like this is also the universe bringing in your fantasy world here. And making sure that things involve spiritually, and that your new environment move realistically here, as well as on the same page. One last move. You have come from far on your journey. Keep going and you will soon see what you have accomplished. Keep moving. Keep moving. They will see the prints of your feet and they will follow, and they have been following. This is why they're mad. This is why they're mad. You're moving to see more of accomplishing. A sovereign haven. Heaven on earth, I just heard here. Yeah. It says embrace tranquility. Your serenity is blossoming into peace and unfolding you in the brightest way. That's amazing. Yep, listen, we have exploring options, your higher wisdom. Remember we had that explorer card. So you're expanding to higher horizons. Your Ari is very powerful. You're someone who's very powerful, very spiritual. You're exploring to learn what you can do, who you are, and into learning what you can. Yeah. The Three of Swords. Yeah, these people is like heartbroken that you have explored and moved on. They're mad that you are not doing the old you, giving them attention. This is much sorrow. And it is their their loss. Yeah, these are people, individuals who live off of disillusionment. Three of Coins. They're miserable. They're non-committive. And they're non-learning from their past circumstances here. They're seeing you someone who's doing it alone. If not, you're not doing it alone. You have knowing that they're not knowing that you have supportive people around you. They don't know these people here. They're thinking that you're lacking, not knowing that they're lacking in a lot of interest here. But this is a lot of friction that these people, this individual here, is going through here. These people is loss of motivation here. Page of Swords. They're thirsty for your knowledge. They're thirsty for your knowledge. Quick answers. I feel like these people is like really wanting to take your seat. But they've been very curious about you here, wondering what you've been doing. But they're mentally agitated. These are people who's mentally agitated, actively through your abilities of success, of conquering. The solar eclipse here. As you're in a big energy of big changes that is coming your way, they're recognizing that you've been now introducing yourself in your new beginnings. This is cosmic triggers that they're moving off of. You're someone who's been finding your inner truth. I'm hearing the last 6 months has been your time. Big moves, big energy here. Heavy fire. You're someone who this is the Fool. You're free spirited. You're free spirited. That's what it is. You're carefree. You're bliss. You move off of opportunities. You don't soak when you don't have. You have. And you live in the unknown. You're very spontaneous and very adventurous. Whatever you do, you go at it and you jump high. You put your all in it. That's relationships. That's people that enter into your life. That's how you make your job. Wherever you go, you turn things into gold here. The Temperance, lack of perspective. So these people has been self-indulging in a lack of perspective. They haven't been having a lot of access to you. And this has been leaving them in some form of impatientness. So that's why they're feeling like they need to use their tongue. They need to use their mouth here, their words, to tear you down, to talk about you, to curse you, to co-text you. Autumn equinox. You've been in this autumn equinox fall energy, and you've been just falling back and preparing. You've been prepping. You've been making things go along here for the last few months. Give yourself a pat on the shoulder here, on both shoulders, because you've been making it for the long term. You've been expressing yourself in a good way. You've been holding on to gratitude here. And now you're at your peak of harvest fall time. It's looking like in the next few months here, you will be releasing something. But you decided it was time to move on with this Eight of Cups. You walked away here. You let go of these people. And you went within. You took a break. You recalibrated. You retreated back within yourself here. Four of Swords. I feel like you've been in a present moment of taking action, of resting, of keeping silent, and not indulging and not keeping up with their lies and with the nonsense here. You've been healing. You've been going through a healing ground here. And going within. And knowing that it was time for you to start moving and taking action without these people. And you are the brighter, calmer, mature person to make this move. So I can definitely congratulate you on this. You've decided that it was time to move on. And what didn't serve you it wasn't enough. Ten of Coins here. It looks like the love of money is what you chose. You chose to get married to money. You chose to get married to your future here. You may be working with someone or some form of contracts. Maybe there was someone close that had to go through bankruptcy around you, and I don't think you want to go through that. So I feel like you've been financially picking your gains and financially picking your losses here. But there's some form of inheritance as well here. I feel like you inherited this power, this energy, this spiritual strength here. I feel like your old money taught you a lesson here. You're now married to your new money here. You're now married to this Ten of Coins, the love of money. It represents you very well too. It represents you very well. Because in the past, it was some form of paralyzing within your old money. It paralyzed you. It kept you self-absorbed. It kept you restricted. It kept you very powerlessness as well. It gave you a lot of powerlessness. And you formed in a cloth of loneliness. Forcefully. You isolated yourself. You became very antisocial. But it looks like you're now making adjustments. You're setting goals. You're defining your purpose here. And during this winter solstice, what did I tell you? I felt like that's in the next couple of months here. Your ties will be loose. Your ends. So it looks like your ties, your loose ends is tying up. more validated within your feelings here, more hibernated within this winter, and you're moving into finding more of the light here in great winter soulless timing. All right. Let's get some bonus cards and leave you out with this message here. Let's go to your fairies. Remember, as above, so below. We have believe in the magic. Believe in the magic. They say open your eyes and see the magic that is all around you in nature. The fairies of the northern lights says you are part of nature, so you are magical too. You are a magical, powerful, spiritual being who is now standing in their success with great potential here. Nature signs. So these are natural signs that is being represented to you here. It says be receptive to the subliminal messages. You're going about your day. Natural talks to us continually will represent us to your heart and to your mind here. So start speaking to the universe. They want to hear you. And we have solitude. You're moving and you will not be alone. You're thinking you will be alone and you will not. So it says thinking of being alone as meaning you are all one and in total harmony with everything. The greatest treasures are those that wait silently during your quiet times. And then we have the light. So your fairies are spoken. You are spoken for here. It looks like the light is coming to shed love on you in your current situation. This is definitely coming in to remind you that your light can penetrate through the darkest places and that your light has penetrated through the darkest places. This is why you getting so much attention. And if you ain't getting attention, that means you ain't doing something right. So keep going you, keep doing you. You are phenomenal. And you're untouchable. Your spirit is at that, not me. I'll see you. Peace, love, and harmony.